All right, here we go. This is Rob from Bros to Bucks, and we are back. I apologize. I have not had much time to do stuff for the last couple weeks, and I had to go to Cape May for a little while. But yeah, I just been tied up. It is what it is. But I got a nice treat in the mail last week, and I have been drawn for the opening week of Turkey. And I'm going to be honest. Well, I used to go with a buddy of mine years and years ago, turkey hunting, and we get a few every year. And I went with him for probably a good 3 or 4 years, but like I never really did research on turkeys and how to behave. I know a little bit, but we would just go out, and he was pretty good at it. So we would just go wherever he would think what the best place was, and he was always pretty good at it. So, but 2 years ago, I went out, I drew another tag, and I was skunked. I think I seen one hen in 2 weeks, and it was fun, but it was you want to see birds, just like when you go see deer hunt. You want to see deer. So it was, I don't want to say frustrating, but it was a very humbling experience, especially that last week where I said, "Man, this used to be this used to be really easy years ago when I did it with my friends. So what happened?" So I'm big turkey noob. Like I know what a gobble is, and like that's about where my expertise ends. I know clucks, gobbles, things like that. But when it comes to their behaviors, like I know they're a really edge type animal, sort of. So I've been reading. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But uh, when it comes to where they prefer, how they really prefer to travel, and how they react to pressure, especially calling pressure, I'm like totally new. So I'm really looking forward to this. I have 5 days: 20th, 21, 22, 23, 24. And we can only hunt till noon every day. So very limited time. I do have very limited time to scout. So any help can please help me. Put it in the comments. Do whatever you got to do to contact me, get a hold of me, and say, hey, try this, try that, and um, you know, all the turkey experts will most likely come out. So in the comments. So let's see what happens. All right, quite. Are you a killer, or are you like me? Or are you a noob? You're just trying to find your way with it. Drop a comment too. Let me know. Let's go. We can all learn from this. I go back and forth from New Jersey to Delaware. This time of year, I spend most of my time in Delaware, so scouting is very, very limited. I'm going to try to get a couple days where I can get up there and do some scouting on it and see what I can find. But between now and then, I really want to do a lot of research on where I should be specifically basing my time in, looking for sign, turkeys, of course, shot call, and etc. So, like I said, I got very limited time. I might have a couple days, but other than that, it's game time because it's already March 4th today, and I have April 20th is opening day. So here we go. This is public land, flat, swampy spots. It's got a field. The property that I'm going to be hunting is pretty much it's huge. It's all public, and I'm going to try to focus on certain areas in there. And I don't want to be jumping all over the place in different areas. I just don't think you learn that way, and I just want to stick to a specific area. It's fairly local, so I'm going to stick behind where I'm at. and learn that area. And who knows, might learn a little bit about the deer in there too. So it's flat, like everywhere I hunt, it's flat, super flat land. Marsh. It got some pretty decent swamp, and with all the weather and the snow and rain that we have gotten over the last winter, it is going to have some flooded spots. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, because I'm kind of thinking that's going to probably create some funnels, because I know this woods a little bit, and I know there's some spots in this woods that get really, really flooded, where you get up sometimes waist deep. So I think that's going to create some pretty good funnels. It has a farm to the northwest, a little farm to the west, woods in between that, kind of northwest, west northwest, whatever you want to call it, and some homes. It has a big swampy terrain to the east, and then it has a big lake in the middle of it. Like, it's really odd. There's this big lake, reservoir lake, where they like kind of dug years and years ago and didn't use it for what they were supposed to do. But I don't know, maybe it's a drainage from the area, I don't know. So there is a big lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, right there. And also there is a spot where, pretty big spot, it's after 3 o'clock, it's like a motorcycle motocross. Kids are out there riding every day. Weekends are crazy. So I think the animals that live in that area, because it's day by day, they do it every day, I think they're used to that and they stay away from that area. So that's the kind of area that I'm going to avoid like the plague. So this video, or this is not going to be an experience, not video, but experience for me, where it's going to be, this is a journey, man. This is a learning curve for turkeys, and this is my story, my series of 5 days, from sun up till noon for 5 straight days of steady pounding and steady learning and educating myself solo. So this is definitely not going to be that type of podcast or episode that I'm going to be out saying, hey, do this, do that. I'm going to tell you, you need this, you need that. I already said that in other videos and my episodes. I'll never tell you you need to do anything. But this is, there's going to be some clips and shorts and whatever else you want to call them. This is what my mind's thinking. This is what I'm reading. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm watching. What I'm seeing. And what do you think of that? I'm asking if you guys have any, like I said earlier, any good experience. Be gentle. I'm a noob when it comes to this stuff, but be honest in the comments. If I'm doing something wrong that you think that you've done and made that mistake in the past that has hurt you, let me know that. From my education so far in the last month or so, or few weeks of turkeys, are what I've been watching and reading. Turkeys, they like mature tree areas near openings and dry ground. So I'm leaning towards looking for roost type areas where they roost, maybe a roost type area that overlooks a field or some kind of edge. And I know they're not going to be too far from open field type areas or any kind of open type areas. I think they're just that type of animal or bird, whatever. So, hey man, if I'm wrong, let me know. So basically, I once again, we're on transitions. We're on transitions, wet to dry edges, timber to field edges, and any easy travel lane that they can get to and from wherever they want to go or been. Basically, I'm hunting lines. Lines, transitions, edges. That's what I'm kind of bringing into this. Just like deer hunting. Who knew? Another question is, if you hunt flat properties or flat areas for turkeys, what are you looking for? What are you focusing in on when you're cyber scouting? like we do when we deer hunt, where are you looking? Are you looking at these edges? Are you looking at different habitat changes? Are you looking at transition changes, etc.? Let me know. Comment, please. It's gonna help, man. I think I'll be hunting within the timber more than anything because the farm fields and all, they're private. I can't really go on there, so I kind of gotta cut the birds off going to there. So, and we can only hunt mornings, so they're going to be coming from the roost to the fields. So I got to cut them off. So that is one advantage. You know where they're kind of know where they're going to be. It's just what's that route from the roost to that destination spot? Where are they going to travel and how they're going to use the terrain to travel? And I don't know if they're like deer like that because they're deer. I swear by it. They use every terrain feature there is to travel to feel safe. So I kind of read a little bit of that, but I don't know if it's 100% true. I know turkeys are intelligent birds, but I don't think they're as smart as a deer. But who knows? When you got 10 guys out there trying to kill you, man, you get smart quick. They get educated pretty quick, I'm sure. What do you guys think? That's why when I'm in the woods, I don't know if it'll be effective to use a decoy because half the time I'm hunting and I'm up against a tree, you got huckleberries growing all around you. I don't know if they'll see it. So I'm kind of going off a sound type lure. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. And then I also read quite a few times that decoys in cover or within the woods can cause toms to hang up. They're not sure, they can't get that sight, they can't see and figure out, oh, that is, that's another tom or it's another hen making that cluck, so they'll hang up and usually listen and do what they ever got to do, just like a deer almost. So as a noob, I'm going to be real simple. Listen, I'm going to be, trying to take some footage with my phone and be real simple with it. I'm a super minimalist, so I'm going to be out there with a minimal kind of things. I don't know if I'll even take a decoy. I think I'm going to take my slate call and my box call, and that's it. I do have a mouth call, but I think I'll probably, if I start using that, I might get like, a velociraptor come in or something like that. So I've never been that kind of guy that could been any good at a mouth call. So I know there's a million how-tos, and you need this, and you need to do this, you need to buy this certain mouth call. Listen, man, I'm not getting into all that. I just want to go turkey hunting. I want to learn and enjoy myself. I don't need a 100-hour mouth call to kill a turkey. I just don't need to kill a turkey that bad. I just want to enjoy myself and learn as I go. But am I making a mistake? Should I at least bring a decoy? And if it's as open, should I try to use it? What do you think? Leave a comment. So basically what I've been going over so far, I'm honestly, I'm going to head in, I'm going to set up, I'm going to try to call a little bit, see if there's any reaction, see if if there is, see if I'll give it time, see if it gets closer to me, however that may be. But if not, you got to make a move. I do think that turkey hunting, you got to jump around a little bit, and you got to be aggressive. I've read that, I've seen it, I've heard it. Probably 100 times in the last month or so of videos and stuff that I've been reading. You got to be aggressive with these toms. What is the number one mistake that most turkey hunters make? Let me know in the comments, because if I can avoid that, man, that would be great. So my next video, I'm actually going to be doing very minimal scouting in this area that I'm going to be hunting, but I do want to take you out there, get some footage, get a little bit of clips here and there, and see what we're looking at, and maybe post a video and on YouTube, and get some comments and thoughts from others that out there that seem to are way ahead of me in experience with toms. All right, field edges, inside edges in the woods, whatever, man. Thick edges. Where should we start, especially scouting? The comments are open. Leave them. Leave long ones. Do what you got to do. Say what you got to say. But be kind. This is Rob from Bars the Bucks, and I really appreciate anybody that can help any way they can with this new turkey season. And like I said, it's going to be a series of 5 days from sun up till noon. 5 days straight. We're going to see where we can get. Any help can be awesome that you guys can provide, or anybody out there that they can provide. So this is Rob from Balls of Bucks, and as usual, love you guys. Thanks for your support, and be safe, and peace.